Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Conversations with an Investor. Now, this is all about mindset. Let's start off with who this isn't for. If you are out there and you're not going to help yourself, this isn't for you. So if you just constantly go on about all the things that are a problem in your life and don't take any action, click off here now, because this is your worst nightmare. As you'll know, I have a mindset community which is dedicated to unlocking people's minds, specifically their mindset, to go and tap into their potential. And one of the things that we're going to do today is discuss a thread that's been in the community all this week. Now, to give you a bit of background on how mindset works, just like a muscle that flexes and reflexes, our mind is the same. And this process in this thread is going to show how we're going to mentally flex that muscle and reflex it back and forward, that mental muscle. And what we're going to go over is a little way of doing this that is simple and straightforward and great if you stick to it. So in this week's call, what we had a conversation about helping a young kid, a boy called Gordon, who's 10 years old. And the idea behind this is that if we were to give our wisdom to a youngster, what would we tell them? Because just like you need to look forward in your life, we can all be guilty of not looking back. What does that look like, and what was the problems of not looking back? Well, you can be focused on the negative. For instance, you can be focused on all the things that didn't work instead of looking back and considering a lot of the things that did. Sometimes you can beat yourself up for, not getting the result that you wanted all the time without looking at the great results that you actually did. Sometimes you can go on about a particular part of your mindset that is holding you back without actually recognizing some of your strengths. So this reviewing yourself and looking back at not only the places that you can work on, but also your strengths. And through this exercise that we've got in Mount Mindset, I'm going to show you how to do that. And in the process, we're going to write for the next 14 days about helping a young kid. Now, just like if you could go back to yourself when you were 10, or maybe you've got a kid, maybe you've got a child or a niece or a nephew, or just someone that you know that could do with a dig out. Now, the background about Gordon is that he has dared to dream. He has a dream that he thinks he can do a little bit more, but he's contained within a box. And that box is like a social structure. And that, his mum and dad aren't particularly interested. They're just sort of getting on with life. His friends are all playing PlayStation, and he is a bit unsure about what to do because, much like that box, he feels confined by it because that's the environment that he's in. So let's go over the threads that we've wrote to then help Gordon and give him every tool that he'll need to have a life worth living. So let's begin. So day 1. Awakening the imagination. Little Gordon needs your help. He's feeling like he has more to give and dares to dream, but he is surrounded by the lures and pulls that drag him down. We are going to give him some tips, like a whisper in his ear. Here's how we're going to do it. Day 1. Hey Gordon, we know that you've got some big dreams and lots of awesome ideas in that mind of yours. Sometimes it can feel like there are things holding you back. But guess what? We are here to help you shine and show the world what you're made of. Unleash your imagination. First, let's get outside and breathe in some fresh air. Nature has this cool way of helping us think big and feel free. Feel the grass on your feet. Take a deep breath and look around at all the amazing things outside. Now, here's a fun question for you. Have you ever used your imagination to dream up something amazing? Close your eyes and imagine you can create anything, go anywhere, or be anyone. There are no limits. Just think big. What does your dream life look like? Is there a cool treehouse? Maybe you're a superhero or even an astronaut. Tell me about it, Gordon. What do you see? What are the colours and adventures in your dream world? Your imagination is a superpower, and if we're going to use it, let's let it fly. Remember, all the best adventures start with a dream. So what's your dream, Gordon? This is just the beginning of an incredible journey. So what we're doing there in day one is we're saying to Gordon, listen, to think outside your box, you need to imagine things that you don't think are possible at the moment. And the best way to do that is to use your imagination, because every single one of us throughout our life have broke out of that box. But at one time we thought that that box was all that there was. So we have this tussle of trying to find the way to break limits, to get to the next level, to get out the comfort zone. There's many names for it, but it's describing the same thing, and it's taking yourself out of that box of limitations that you think are there. And the fastest way to do that is to use your imagination, because your imagination is not held back with what is the limits of that box. So just let it run wild. And what we've done there with Gordon is shown him that he can use that to build a dream life that he could have in the future. So let's look at day two. Day two is focus, the superpower. Hey Gordon, are you ready for another adventure? Today, we are going back outside to enjoy nature. I'm going to take a walk together. This time, we're going to do something really special with your dream. Today's tip is focus on your dream no matter what. As we walk, I want you to think about the awesome dream life you imagined yesterday. Picture it as clearly as you can. Imagine living it. What would your days look like? How would you feel? What exciting things would you be doing? While we walk, you might notice some thoughts are trying to sneak in that make you feel doubtful or negative. Maybe you think, that's too hard, or I can't do that. But guess what? Today, we're going to practice shedding these thoughts, just like shaking dirt from your shoes. Whenever a doubt or a negative thought pops up, gently push it to the side and bring back into focus your dream. Picture it again and keep it in your mind. The purpose of today is to learn how to stay focused on what you want, even when distractions come your way. It's like training your mind to stay on the path towards your dreams. So let's walk and dream. Let's learn to keep our eyes on the prize and not let anything get in the way. You've got this. So that is day number two. In day number two, what we're explaining to Gordon is how to focus, because it's not a case of are distractions going to show up or not. They definitely will. And the power of developing focus is that you're not distracted off of your goals. Life's going to happen. Life will happen. It will show up. It's going to come. Things are going to be unexpected. Things are going to have twists and turns. So by developing this part of your mind, just like a muscle, there you go, reflex and flex, reflex and flex. You're doing that in your mind. If the listener's there, I'm flexing my arm back and forward. And if you're doing that in your mind, you're building the mental strength, the mental muscle to learn how to handle distractions, which is pushing them aside, and then refocus and re-engage on the path towards your goals. So that is day number two. Now, another point is nature, right? Why have we taken them out in nature? Well, the reason's very simple is that when you have a limitation or a box, you're contained within your environment. And one of the greatest ways to open up your mind is to take yourself out of your typical environment, whether that's your house, whether that's your office, whatever your normal process is. Let's take you outside that so that you can open your mind up without being in the original environment. And that's what we're doing. You'll see that theme throughout. So let's look at day number three. Okay, day number three, building strength. Hey Gordon, today's challenge is going to be to help you build up strength both in your body and your mind. We are going to climb a hill together. As we start the climb, the path ahead looks steep and a bit daunting. But remember, this climb is like the journey towards your dreams. It might be tough. However, it is worth it. Step by step, we begin our ascent. At first, it feels exciting. But as we go higher, the climb gets harder. Your legs might start to feel tired, and you might think, why am I doing this? I could be at home playing with my friends on my favourite computer game. But here's where you use the focus that you practiced yesterday. Picture your dream life from day one. Keep that image clear in your mind, and with every step, remind yourself why you're doing this. You're getting stronger, just like you need to be to achieve your dream. The doubts might get louder. This is too hard, they might say, but push past those thoughts. Push them aside, just like we practiced. One step at a time. You keep going, focusing on the top. Finally, after a tough climb, we reach the summit. The view from the top is amazing. You did it, Gordon. You pushed through. You pushed through the hard parts, and now you're on top. Way to go, kid. Well done. You've built the strength today, the strength in your body and the strength in your mind. You've shown that you can overcome challenges, and that's something to be really proud of. Remember this moment, Gordon. Every time you face a challenge, think back to this climb. You've got the strength and the determination to reach the top, no matter what. No matter how tough the journey might be. You did it, Gordon. You're stronger than ever. So there's day 3. Day 3, what we're doing is putting the resistance into the equation, because resistance is a thing that happens when you're pushing out of your comfort zone. This is where you need to step up, where it is going to get uncomfortable, where it is going to get difficult, where it is going to get hard, and you need to lean into that. And the way to lean into it, like we've described here, is by focusing on the end result, which in this case is getting to the top. Now, that doesn't matter what your result is, but that outcome needs to be the driver to keep you pushing when it gets tough. And you also need to remember that step by step, it might seem far off in the distance, but it's just those little steps that you keep needing to take that will get you to where you need to be. So combining focus and aiming at your dream will get you to the top. And if you do those two and lean into resistance, you're going to build the physical and mental strength that you need. So day number 4, the power of writing it down. Hey, Gordon, today we're going to do something really special that will help you get even closer to your dreams. We're going to learn about the power of writing your goals and dreams down. Today's tip is to write your dream in detail. You might think this is a bit strange, but writing your dreams and goals on a bit of paper is super powerful. It helps you see them more clearly and makes them feel more real. Plus, it's a great way to remind yourself of what you're working towards. Let's sit down with some paper and a pen and write out the story of your dream life, just like we've been imagining over the past few days. This time, let's add even more detail. Think about these things. What does your dream life look like? Who are you? Where are you? What are you doing every day? Who is with you? How do you feel about living your dream life? Write down everything that comes to mind and don't worry about making it perfect. Just let your imagination flow onto the paper. As you write, you're reinforcing your dream life in your mind. This makes it easier to stay focused and motivated, just like we practiced on the hill climb yesterday. Plus, getting used to writing your goals down is a habit that will serve you throughout your entire life. When you're done, read it back to yourself. Feel the excitement and the possibility of your dream. Keep the paper somewhere safe where you can look at it whenever you want and need a reminder of what you're working towards. Remember, Gordon, your dreams are powerful and writing them down makes them even stronger. You're doing an amazing job. So there's day 4. Now, when we discussed, for those of you that haven't been on Mount Mindset every week we do a Mount Mindset coaching call. And in that coaching call, we discuss things like this, where we discuss the tools and wisdom that we've used that get us success in whatever endeavour it is that we want. So whether that's pulling yourself out of the deepest, darkest depressions or smashing new personal best or breaking through perceived limits to the next level, we have all the tools in there that people have used to get the results that they need. And all of it is based around mindset. And one of the most powerful things that people do is when you take the time to write something down, there's an intent about that. You have taken the time to sit down and make into reality what that thought was in your mind. So no one can see your thoughts, but when you take a pen and a piece of paper and you write down the script of this dream life, that has a serious intent. So just like anybody that's taken a great story, what do? They write a script. Anybody that's made a great movie, where does it come from? Writing a script. But where does it start? It starts within. So let's take those things that are within, that are powerful and positive, and that we'd feel great and excited about, and let's put them down. And that is what we're teaching Gordon here. And last but not least, day 5. The superpower of small steps adding up. Take action towards your dreams. Hey Gordon, today is about taking action towards your dreams, even if they seem really far away right now. Remember, every single journey starts with a single step. And today, we are going to take one of those steps together. The tip of today is to take action now. Let's say you have a dream life and it involves being a professional football player. Right now, you might not have the stadium, the wealth, or the team, but there is something that you can do today that all great professionals have done on their way to the top. Practice. We're heading to the local pitch, and before we start, I want you to think about something very important. Every single time you step onto that pitch, you're learning. Every kick of the ball, every dribble, every pass, you are developing your skills. Your brain is like a super learning machine, Gordon. Every time you use it, you're mastering your skills that you need to get to where you want to go. It might feel like your dream is a long way away, but remember, every journey is made up of these small steps, and that is the superpower of small steps. This is your superpower, Gordon. Doing the little things add up, and if you keep adding them, you'll develop the skills that you need to work towards your dream. Every practice session, each moment of effort is like adding another brick to the foundation of your dream life. So let's get out there and give it our all. Remember, it's not about being perfect today. It's about making progress, learning and growing. Keep that dream in your mind as we practice. Every kick of the ball, you're getting closer to making it reality. You've got this, Gordon. Let's take that step towards your dream together. And that's day 5. So what we're covering off there is how you can structure your mindset, more specifically your mind, and aim your focus at something. So all your actions are aimed towards the result that you're looking for. And to do that, what you want to develop is a structure that you apply daily that gets you there. And one of the things that we do in detail in Mindset is we give you the structure and help you develop that focus for you. So no matter where you're at in life, no matter what your goal is, no matter what your dream is, you can apply this structure and deploy it daily and start to build those habits. You can develop the mental muscle that you can start to do repetitions with. If you do the repetitions, you build the strength. What you're going to notice really quickly is your results change. And as your results change, something happens. You gain confidence. And when you gain confidence in doing something, that gives you momentum. When you have confidence and add it to momentum, something really special happens. You develop a sense of self-value, a sense of self-worth. And more importantly, you feel a sense of progression. And when you're progressing towards something that you want, you get the ultimate feeling, which is fulfillment. And just like we are doing here, what we're doing with Gordon is we are building a structure that we could pass on to a 10-year-old kid. Because if it's fulfilling working on your own goals, I can't begin to tell you how much more deeply fulfilling it is helping someone else. And imagine helping a kid out there that needs a hand, that just needs the right wisdom and just the right advice. And it might not mean a lot to you because these things might seem simple, but you have no idea what it's doing to that 10-year-old kid. Just giving them your time, giving them a little bit of your wisdom, passing on that experience, nurturing them to become the greatest version of themselves that they could be, to go and eke that potential out of themselves. So as we started off, this isn't for everyone. And if you're not ready to take action, it's the worst thing for you. But see, if you're out there and you are ready to take action and you're ready to step up, then Mindset's for you. it's the place that you want to be, because the people that are ready to take action are there. And if you want to be a part of a community like that, then join in the fun. One of the things that I would say is that you are going to go looking and find potential in you that you didn't believe that you had, and it's going to be in there. If you like that sort of structure, come and join in the fun. Your links are in the show notes. Links are in the bio. Go dig them out, check them out, come along and join in the fun. But one of the things that I would say is that when we do this, we're at day number 5. The podcast will be out in a couple of days. So we'll be at day 7 by the time this podcast goes live. If you follow me, come and follow me. I'm on all social media channels at Conversations with an Investor or under Geo McNee. Come and add me. And what to do is, if you comment below, direct message, or even better, come along to Mount Mindset within school, right? Log in, we'll give you access, and you can comment in there. And if you've got any words of wisdom, whether it's you tag me in a story, whether you're sending that story along, whether you're sending a DM, whether you're commenting under a post, let me know about it. If you've got wisdom for Gordon that you think we should add, and if you were Gordon, what would you need to hear? Then let us know about it. So I look forward to seeing a bit of interaction on helping a kid. The good vibes are out there. The Mount Mindset is alive with the energy of the power of review and the power of feeling fulfilled about helping a young kid out there. So if you want to join in the fun, I look forward to seeing you on the other side. From me this week, that's a wrap.